Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am coming to you with my top 10 fall fragrances. Fall is my favorite season of the year and my favorite sort of time to wear fragrances because a lot of the fragrance notes that I love so much are fragrances that are just perfect for the fall. And I would say a few of my favorite notes in fragrances that I wear in the fall time are woody notes, mostly sandalwood and vanilla, and sometimes things with cardamom and with any type of spices that are kind of warm and comforting. So I have 10 here. I could have done so many more, but I narrowed it down to 10 so this video wouldn't be too long. And these are currently kind of my list of my top 10 fall fragrances in my collection. So the first fragrance on my list is the newest fragrance that I've added to my collection. This is one that I purchased on the secondhand market off of someone who had purchased it and didn't really love it, and I was happy to take it off her hands. So this is Bois from Chanel. And this has been on my wish list for so long. This is a beautiful sandalwood fragrance that is a little bit powdery. There's some iris in this. It still has that sort of Chanel vibe about it. You kind of get this burst of like aldehydes when you spray this on, but then it kind of dries down to this soft, comforting, just cozy fragrance that I think is absolutely perfect for the fall season. The next fragrance that I always break out in the fall time is from Diptyque, and this is Eau Dwell. And this is a really beautiful kind of green vanilla fragrance. It's not overly sweet. It's like a fresh green vanilla that is warm and comforting and again cozy without having like that sort of vanilla extract quality in it, although I do have some sweeter vanillas on this list, but this one just stays very kind of soft and comforting, and I just love having this fragrance around in the fall season. And then I love to combine it with this next fragrance I'm going to talk about also from Diptyque. This is Tam Dao, and this is Diptyque's Sandalwood, which is a really beautiful delicious creamy sandalwood. I've heard people say they think this is a very dry sandalwood, and I don't feel that way at all. I feel like it's a very creamy sandalwood, but this is my favorite sandalwood fragrance, I would say, of all sandalwoods in my collection. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's woody. It is a little bit almost like musky, and it's just such a perfectly like fresh and clean sandalwood that I just absolutely love wearing in the fall. And my next fragrance is another really cozy vanilla fragrance. This is from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and this is Gentle Fluidity Gold. And this may be kind of my most kind of favorite cozy fragrance in my collection, and definitely the warmest fragrance in my collection. When I smell this, I am like instantly, it like warms my soul. It is. It features not only this really beautiful vanilla that isn't overly sweet, but a little bit sweet, but it also combines some of the really warming spices, things like nutmeg. I believe there's a little bit of juniper in this one, maybe some cardamom. It is absolutely gorgeous, and it's combined with like this woodiness in the background that just makes it so warm, so cozy, such a perfect scent for fall. And I wish the weather would cool down a little so I could spray this one on. The next fragrance on my list is another one that I've added to my collection this year. This is from Erin, and this is Cedar Violet. And this fragrance is one that I didn't go looking for. I had never smelled it. I just happened to be taking a whiff of some fragrances at an Estee Lauder counter and came across this one. It was absolutely beautiful. It just took my breath away. So I purchased it. And I think that was sometime in the spring because I know it was before, right around the time we had taken a vacation. And I remember thinking, oh, this is going to be perfect in the fall. And I cannot wait to start wearing this. This is like a creamy, woody, it's cedar, but mixed with like a little bit of sweetness from the violet leaf. And it is just, it's like fresh and woody at the same time. And it's just really cozy, really comforting. Cannot wait to start wearing this one. Next up is one of my sweeter vanilla fragrances that for me is sort of the most true vanilla fragrance in my collection. And this is from Van Cleef and Arpels. This is Orchidee Vanille. And this is just a really pretty, vanilla extracty type of vanilla fragrance that never manages to get like too thick and heavy. It's a really pretty fragrance that sometimes I like to even combine with other fragrances to give them a little bit of sweetness without it being too overpowering. But this for me is kind of like my true vanilla fragrance that I love to bring out in the fall season, and I love combining it, like I said, with a lot of other fragrances in my collection. It's just absolutely simply beautiful. And breaking away from all of the sandalwoods and vanillas, I do have a fragrance in my collection that to me screams fall, and I always pull it out for the fall season and absolutely love it most during this time of year. This is from Parfums de Marly, and this is Athalia. And Athalia is a kind of iris forward fragrance that features a note of incense that really gives it some depth and warmth. And there's something about this fragrance that is just so intoxicating to me, cozy, comforting, powdery, and kind of very grown up. This is like a very grown up iris, definitely one that I would wear out to a more formal occasion, but I also love to wear it just around the house. And actually, I'm loving it so much, I may end up spraying this one on later when my perfume of the day, which is coming up, kind of wears off. But yeah, this one is absolutely gorgeous and one of my favorite fragrances from Parfums de Marly. Next up, I have another sweet vanilla fragrance. This one is from Kayali, and this is Vanilla 28. And this fragrance, there's nothing I can say about it that probably hasn't been said. It's just a really beautiful, deep brown sugary vanilla that is so cozy, so comforting on its own. I love to layer it with just about all of my other Kayali fragrances and other fragrances in my collection. This is one that really matches up perfectly with my Chanel No. 5 Eau Premier when I want to really pull out the vanilla in that fragrance, and it's just beautiful. It's a kind of deeper, darker way to wear a true vanilla, and I absolutely love Kayali's vanillas. So yeah, perfect, cozy, comforting vanilla for fall. And nearing the end of my list, I have a fragrance that when I really want to feel like I'm, in a cozy, by a campfire sort of mood, I pull out this fragrance. This is from Commodity, and this is Milk. And this is the expressive version, which is just like their sort of standard version, not the really strong one and not the really sort of more, I would say, intimate one. This one is just like the projection and the sillage is just kind of in the middle. And it's absolutely beautiful. It just smells like roasting marshmallows by the fire. That's how I describe it. It's got some woods, it's got some sweetness, which I believe comes from like a marshmallow note, but it's just so pretty and so different from anything else in my collection. So yeah, this is definitely one that I would consider to be a gourmand fragrance. It's a little heavy, and I currently on my tray have been wearing the lighter version of this, or the personal version of this. I'll grab it. Which is kind of perfect for me in September because it isn't really warm here right now. So this one is a little bit lighter, a little bit cleaner and fresher, but yeah, they are both beautiful, and I'm glad to have them both in my collection. But this one I would say is the perfect kind of scent profile for fall. And last but not least is another fragrance I stole off of my tray from this month that I am wearing today. This is from Byredo, and this is Gypsy Water. And Gypsy Water is just the absolute perfect combination of fresh meets kind of fresh and clean meets warm and cozy. It is a little bit vanilla, it's a little bit spicy, it's a little bit woody, it's a little bit citrusy. It's all the things that I love all year round in fragrances. And for a very long time, when I first moved to Florida and I was struggling to get my fix of cozy here, this is the one that I reached for on days when it was just too warm to really pull out any of my true sort of fall fragrances. And then once I, started wearing more fragrances at home and started wearing multiple fragrances throughout the day, I have since kind of started wearing my fall fragrances again, but this one will always be one that I reach for all year round, but it is probably the most beautiful to me in the fall. So that is Gypsy Water from Byredo. So those are my top 10 fall fragrances of the moment. I would love to know if you have any of these fragrances. Let me know which ones are your favorites. Let me know if there's anything that was a surprise on this list or things that you thought that I would include and didn't. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.